Welcome back to JR Oil Paintings 101. This is where we left off last time with our old barn here. And a little bit of grass on the side. So we'll see about putting some trees and some bushes in case you missed any of these episodes. My name is Jeff Robinson, and I do a wet on wet painting technique. It's covered with white, the canvas is covered with liquid white. And then we did the sky and the far off trees, the first episode, and the clouds. And then we put the barn and the little grass area, the last one. So we're going to see if we can finish it up or get close to it and just have a small fourth parter here. So we got our basic barn here. And if you're not liking the way your part of your barn looks, cover it up with trees or bushes or something. I do that all the time. If something's not right, cover it up. So I got a lot of color mixed up for the trees and bushes and stuff that we're going to put in here. And it's a mess over here. You should see it. No, you shouldn't. Nobody should see this. Let me slide back here for just a second. I get my paper towels. I wipe my brushes on my brushes, but my knife. Palette knife's off. That's on just an old paper towel. Now I get more paint on my hands than I do the canvas, I swear. That's alright. It washes off eventually. I don't have so much on me. Okay. Sorry for that. Now, we're going to take our... Let's go with the oval brush this time. No, let's just, no. We'll go with this one. We'll go with the half, that's what we did the back ones with, that round brush that's kind of oval shaped. But dip that into the color. We're going to have just a little bit darker color here. Because as things get closer to us, the darker it gets in the landscape. So, where are we going to put some trees? Now, I'm not really liking our back side of this barn, so I'm going to cover it up with some a tree here. A little brush. Just tap it in there. Tap your shape right over your barn. And a couple of bushes off to the side here. There. I know it don't look like much yet. We have plenty of highlights on it. These are just mainly lowlights. And we'll put in a nice one right here, I think. With a little tree here. A little bush right there. And then on the other side of the barn, this side of the barn don't look too bad. So I think we're going to save it, and we're just going to put a nice tree. Good sized tree right here. Just tap your tree shape in. Just however you think your tree should look, that's how it should look. This is your little painting here, so you do your painting however you want to do it. If you think it should have a lot of bushes along the lines here, go for it. Do it. Just however you want to do it. That's how you do it. So, anyway, we have our basic shapes here. Now we're going to get our little script liner brush, our small one, if I can remember what I did with it. We got stuff everywhere. And we're going to go take a little of this Van Dyke Brown, a little bit of Van Dyke Brown with burnt sienna in it. And we're just going to kind of loosely mix those up. I'll tell you how, most of my colors are very loosely mixed. I'm just going to add a little bit of titanium white, just kind of loosen it up. There we go. The only time they're not is if I'm trying to make a different color, which I do make brown every once in a while. There's phthalo, sap green and alizarin crimson make a really pretty brown. I use it every once in a while. But today, for today's purpose, we're going to just loosely mix everything. Get a little paint thinner on the brush and get some real loose paint here. And then we're going to put in a little tree trunk right here. Now you're probably not going to see that very well, but some of it will be covered up. Quite a bit of it will be. But some of it will come through. Bigger one a little bit right there. There we go. Now you can scratch some twigs and stuff in these, which I probably will later, but you can also just before you put any color on there, leave out a couple of sticks that come out. Yeah, just kind of like that. But that happens. You see that in nature all the time. Oh, we're going to have another little tree trunk right here. And over here. Right there. Yeah. Now we'll take our brush here. We're going to put some highlights on these. Now, we said the light was going to come from this direction over here, so we're going to put more of your highlights on this side of the tree than this side. There's going to be some all over, but you just want to remember where you said your light source is. It'll look a little different it'll look a little strange to you if this was your light source coming this way and all your trees were highlighted on this side. Just going to tap in a little bit of color. A little bit of blue, a little bit of phthalo green, and all the yellows. A little bit of black in there too, just to dull it down just a little bit, because phthalo green is a very bright green, and may not be what you're looking for, but it may be, you never know. This is your world, your painting. Well, we got all the yellows with just a touch of liquid white. Mix them on the brush. That way you have a multitude of colors happening in that brush. You get all the yellows and the greens and stuff. When you put your highlights on your tree, go just above the dark. And remember your shapes. Try to remember what a tree looks like. You don't want your birds flying into just a big solid green here. Leave a little bit of the dark. The dark's got to come through. Those areas, you don't want one solid color, like I say. That just shows a little depth of your painting and stuff, and the depth of the tree. Don't look all one-sided. Same way here, just above the green. Try to remember what a tree looks like, and just kind of tap it in there. Don't have to be too distinct yet, because we're going to put some stuff in front up here. So I'm just going to tap it in there. And think of form on these old trees. There we go. There's our basic trees. Now we're going to do the bushes too. Can't forget the bushes. You gotta have bushes. You got bushes in your tree, they gotta be highlighted too. Now, we're gonna have a little bit of dark right under these trees here before the bushes are. Because that's like shadows, so they're kind of like the low lights here. I just put him in front. And just tap in your basic shape of a bush. The shape you want. Now we're going to get a little bit of red in here and do the same thing on this side. Oh, he's a shiny one. I like him. Yeah. There we go. Now we'll go back into the yellows. Come over here, and we got these guys here. Just a little bit. There we go. And now we just tap in a few over here. There we go. kind of like that. Now then, to clean up the bottom of these bushes, we're just going to take our, where we had our grass area here, brush, and just tap into the base of it. Remember our form and function here, our lay of the land, so to speak. From that same angle. Make sure your angles are always the same. Now, we got a little bit of time here. I'd like to try and do about a 10-15 minute segments here. So we're gonna put indication of some old fence posts. So with that, we're gonna have our, we did our, what you call it there, tree trunks and stuff. And we're just gonna put it on the tip of that knife here. And we're gonna just touch. You figure out how tall your first fence post is. And then we'll go one back here. I think we'll go up front just a little bit, like that. And then go just a little bit over here. He's coming towards you, so he's going to be just a little bit taller than the first one. Like that. And then I'm going to have one more right here. Just a little bit better. You're not showing up too good yet. And then this little guy right here. Now then we'll take a little bit of white and just tap the side of it over here. Remember, your light's coming from this direction. Just put a little bit of highlight on him over here. And him too. Can't let him out. Can't leave him out. If he's on there, he's got to have a little bit of white on him too. Or a little bit of highlight on him too. Now, what we'll do is we'll rub this just a little bit. And give it a little round texture to it. Same way this one. And this one's just a little far off. So what we're going to do then, excuse me, we'll get a bit of paint here. And we'll, there's paint on there? Yeah, there it is. We'll just go a little slat here. And maybe one down here too. There we go. Put just a teensy bit of white. I said teensy bit, and there's a little bit. If you get too much, just wipe it off on your knife and rub it on there. It'll rub out with your brown. It'll pick up that brown color underneath. There we go. We got an old fence now. And just to set it down into the painting, just take your brush that has the grassy area, touch up the bottom just a little bit. There we go. Okay, we got a start of a decent little old fence and a barn here. So I think for today, for this segment, that's going to do it for this painting. I appreciate y'all tuning in, and tune in again because we're going to finish this painting up. We're going to have some more grassy area, maybe a little pathway and everything on there, and finish this little puppy up. But that's it for right now, and we will talk to you shortly.